Hi everybody, it's Juliet here. So if you recall last week, I think it was last week, it might have been 2 weeks ago, we worked on this tulip necklace with some beads from the Potomac Beads Treasure Box for February. And I promised that I would come up with an earring for it. So I did, and this is my earring right here. So I tried to make it so that it kind of matches, but because of the way the necklace is, it needs something at the top. So I just added an extra bead in, and by putting these here, I thought it would kind of mimic the two amethyst bicones that are in between here. So I think this is a good compromise. I think the bottom looks just like the necklace, and the top makes a good earring. Now, obviously I'm kind of using these rose gold colored seed beads, and I didn't have any like rose gold colored wire guardians. I don't even know if that's a thing. So I just used silver because it kind of picks up the pearl in the lavender pearls, the Potomac pearls. So yeah, if you know, that's, I just thought that the gold ones, these are also from Potomac. I think they came in one of the boxes. They're just too yellow next to the rose gold. So that's why I opted for silver. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make the earring. It's pretty quick. So obviously you're going to need a tulip, and you want the ones that kind of have like 5 little ruffles at the bottom. There's another kind that kind of swoops like this and this. That's not the one you want. You want the one that has these 5 little ruffles along the bottom. You're going to need 2 StormDuos, and these are Lila Vega Luster. Be good if we could focus, wouldn't it? We're trying. Okay. You're going to need some 3mm, 2mm. I think they're actually 2.5mm. Amethyst bicones, crystal bicones. So, yeah, they say 2mm, but I think they're 2.5. You're going to need some 11/0 seed beads, and I am using Miyuki number 1072L, which is the kind of rose gold color. And these are 6mm pearls in lavender. So they came on a big long strand. You get a lot. I've only used, even with my necklace, I've probably only used half of them. And then you're going to need these little fire polish beads that came in the box for the month. And let me see if I can figure out what size those are. They are 3mm fire polish beads. And I think that's everything. Okay, so to begin, you're going to have about 2 feet of thread. I'm using Dragonthread in size 6. And you're going to pick up, in this order, 6mm pearl, 11/0 seed bead, pearl, seed bead, pearl, seed bead, bicone, and seed bead. And you're going to push all that down and leave enough of a tail that you can weave it in at the end. So just sort of 4 inches or so should be good. And you're going to sew through all of them again, starting from the pearl end, in order to form a circle. Okay. And we're not going to tie a knot simply because it may get in our way in a little while. So go ahead and enter up into the pearl and the seed bead again, and circle all the way around until you exit from the 3rd pearl. Okay, so I'm coming out from the 3rd pearl. I'm also going to sew into the seed bead right before the bicone. And just pull, make sure everything's still tight, okay? So, okay, I'm actually coming this way. So I've sewn around and I'm coming out from the seed bead before the bicone. I am going to pick up a StormDuo, and when you're picking up your StormDuo, you kind of have two sides to a StormDuo. You have like the hump side, and then you have like the scoop side, okay? Here's a hump, here's a scoop. So I want to pick up a hump, so enter into the hump side of a StormDuo, okay? And then you're going to pick up a seed bead. You're going to go through the top of your flower and another seed bead, and you're going to push all of that down. Okay. You're going to go back up through your flower, so skip the seed bead at the bottom, and you're going to enter into the seed bead above the flower, but not the StormDuo. And go ahead and pull all that tight, not too tight. You don't want to, but you know, try and not have too much slack here, but you will need to have just a teeny bit of slack because you're going to pick up another StormDuo and you're going to enter into the scoop side of it. So here's the scoop side, there's a hump side. So enter in the scoop side of a StormDuo, and then you're going to go into the next seed bead. Okay. Sorry, my thing keeps flipping over. All right. So once you kind of pull it, so we should be where our end is now. It's going to look kind of like this. So what you can do is you can kind of tug on the bottom of that flower to try and get your tension so that it's evenly spaced out between the two StormDuos. So just kind of adjust a little bit until you get it so that this is more or less in the middle, okay? And don't worry if it's not perfect at this point, because we are going to come back and adjust that tension at the end, okay? All right, let's get our tail out of the way. All right, so we're going to sew up the pearl and up the first seed bead after the pearl. So we have this, and then we're going to pick up 9 of our seed beads. And you're going to sew down into the next seed bead on the other side of that top pearl. Okay, so next you're going to go down through the pearl, just the pearl. And then you're going to pick up 2 seed beads and a fire polished bead. And you're going to enter into the lower hole of the StormDuo. And then you're going to turn and you're just going to enter into the upper hole of the StormDuo. So there will be a teeny bit of thread right there, okay? But nobody will see that, okay? So don't stress about it. Then you're going to go through just the bicone in the middle. And you're going to go down the other StormDuo. You're going to go up the second hole of the StormDuo. and you're going to pick up a fire polish bead and 2 seed beads. And you're going to go up through the pearl. And you're going to continue up through, oops, do not get looped. Okay, so you're going to continue up until you're coming out from the 5th seed bead. So you should have 11. So the 6th one is the middle here. So we want to come out of the 5th seed bead at the top here. Okay. And you're going to pick up your wire guardian if you're using one. So enter into the bottom of it. Okay, and then you're going to go into the top of the wire guardian on the other side. And then you're going to pass through that very middle 6th seed bead. Okay, so we have this. And then you're going to go up the wire guardian again. And I'm actually using a size 10 beading needle, so it's a little tough to get through the wire guardian a second time for me. Then just pass down again, and then you're going to pass down the other 5 seed beads on that on the next side. So we're back kind of where we started here. Okay, so we have this. So now we're going to pick up 3 seed beads, a bicone, and 3 more. So 3 seed beads, a bicone, and 3 more seed beads. And if you look here, we have 2 seed beads and our fire polish bead. We're going to go into that very first of those 2. I can get in it. Okay. So just like this, and then we're going to pass through our seed bead, our bicone, and our seed bead in the middle between our 2 pearls. So we're going through seed bead, bicone, seed bead. Oh, what's happened? I've got looped, hang on. Hang on, I gotta fix this. Okay, disaster averted. Always check your work and make sure that the beads are sitting where they're supposed to and you haven't got looped around anything. Okay, so I'm coming out from the seed bead, bicone, seed bead. I'm gonna go into that very first seed bead of the 3 that we add, the 2 that we added with the, so I guess I'm going into the 2nd seed bead, I should say here. Okay, and then just like we did on the left-hand side, we're going to pick up 3 seed beads, a bicone, and 3 more seed beads. Okay, oh, that one's a funny color. Okay. All right. And then we're going to go into the very first seed bead after the pearl. Just that first bead. You don't want to go up the others. Okay. Okay, and pull. Okay. So it should now look something like this. Okay. So go ahead and pass through the pearl. Just taking a shortcut through, okay? And go ahead and reinforce that. So enter into the seed bead at the corner and go through all of those seed beads again. So you have to go through that corner seed bead after you've come out of the pearl and all of the next seed beads. And again, go into that second seed bead, not the very first one that's coming out of the fire polish, the second one, and the next seed bead, but don't go into the crystal. Okay, so just go through those two. And then you're going to go down through your StormDuo. We're going to reinforce this drop. So go through the seed bead and the drop. And go through the seed bead at the bottom. And then go back up. So this is your chance to fix any looseness on one side or another that there may be, or if you need to like pull it a little tighter, this is your chance to do that. Okay, so here I need to go a little tighter when I go up through my StormDuo on this side. So this should really help even things out, this second pass here. Okay, so mine's a lot better already, I can tell. All right, so now go ahead, reinforce all the way around the edge, and when you come back to your tail, which is coming out of the pearl, when you come through the seed bead, the bicone, and the seed bead, you meet up with your tail. Go ahead and tie them together, and then you can sew in the ends, okay? So I'm not going to show you me going all the way around, but do it because it will help strengthen the outside edge, okay? So go ahead and reinforce that, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I got my thread all tied off, and the last thing I need to do is just put on my earring. I'm just putting a stopper on here. So just get your pliers. I like to use bent nose, but you can use straight nose, whatever you want. And just twist it open, put it on, and twist it closed, and just make sure there's no gap between your earring. If you're using these ball ones, make sure the ball's right flush up against it. And then that's it. So here are our little tulip earrings to match with our necklace, and they're very quick, and I think you could possibly do these with other types of drops. You know, you could give it a try, but anyway, I think they came out really nice, and I think they do match with the actual necklace pretty well. So, you know, I'm pleased with these. So there you go. Okay, you guys, have a great weekend, and I will see you again next week for some more videos. Bye for now.